I love meeting people who put nothing in the too hard basket and are willing to put in the hard work to really make something happen for themselves. And this next inspiring couple who have DIY'd the most exceptional tiny house are such a great example of people who do just that. Hi Nina, how are you?
Hi Bryce, nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. G'day Victor, how are you going?
Good, Bryce, how are you?
Very well, thank you. It is so nice to be here with you both, and wow, what a spot you've got here.
We're very lucky.
Yeah, this is just amazing. I love the Aussie bush, and just to have this kind of outlook from your home is so special.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time just enjoying the view.
Sitting on this couch, it's perfect.
I think so too. And of course, as Kiwis, we have a bit more appreciation for the Aussie bush because it's just so different to what we get back home.
Yeah, you know, you can sit out here, just hear the cockatoos screeching and think, oh, such peace and quiet.
Oh, but it's lovely. We almost never need to mow our lawn. The kangaroos come and do that for us. Yeah, there's so much to enjoy about Australian bush.
Yeah,
we love it.
Yeah, even though so much of it wants to eat you, I just love the wildlife here.
Absolutely, we do too.
Yeah. And your home, this is absolutely beautiful. You built this yourselves, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, we built it together. So Nina designed the house a couple of years ago, basically all the way down to the framing. And then I went ahead and put it all together.
Fantastic. And what was it that inspired you to build a tiny house?
I'd been wanting to do it for a long time. I think that's quite a common story. We were keen to get out of the rental market. I liked the idea of a small place to call our own, and I really liked the idea of building it and that challenge as well. And then Victor completely got on board and really took the dream and made it his own and made it happen. Yeah.
We were fortunate because COVID struck and we were in a rental and it was kind of stretching on and on. And we thought, well, we've got a big driveway, we've got time, so let's just get started.
You know, we did the first year of lockdowns in a one-bedroom studio, essentially, that didn't have any opening windows.
Right.
And so we're now, like, I think, living the dream that we had then of just, like, being much, much more outside.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's long overdue therapy.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
But, you know, Nina's dream for years was to build this tiny house and live in it. And it was always our intention to do this together. And when we started, Nina got sick.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome about 3 months after we bought the trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is not a good illness to build with.
No.
Surprisingly. Like, I obviously couldn't build. Victor had to do it on his own, and it's really, really hard to build a house on your own.
Oh, yeah.
There's some things that he showed me he did on certain days where I was like, that looks so dangerous. Anyway, but yeah, we made it work and we got here, but we would have liked to build it together, but Victor did so well.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the hardship with your illness. That's such a shame, but you guys got there in the end, which is amazing. When you started building this, had you had any building experience before?
We built a set of shelves for our garage, which is still standing.
Great.
They're
That's
a bit
a
wobbly.
great sign.
And then our step 2 was learning to build this cat tower, which we'll show you later. And that's where we learnt about lateral bracing. And we thought once we've got lateral bracing down and we know how to, you know, put studs in, we've basically got it all.
Fantastic.
So our third project was the house.
Nice one. So those shelves, they're kind of like your canary in the coal mine. As long as the shelves are still up, you know that the house is going to be all right.
Yep.
I love that. And that cat run is pretty amazing. What a great design that is.
Yeah, we're keen to keep the wildlife safe from our cats here and also keep them safe from any exciting wildlife. Yeah, they've got more living space than us, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found a second-hand chicken coop 12 metres long for $200, set that up and then put in this cat tunnel from the cat door all the way through. They don't really like it, but they tolerate it.
And now your home, what size is it?
This is on a trailer that's 2.4 by 7.8, and we've got a little bit of an overhang, so it's about 8.3 at the top.
Fantastic. And tell me about the design of your home.
We really wanted a house that had lots of light. We did want a lounge that opened out onto the deck like this, and so we decided to put the front doors in the middle here. You'll see when we go in that there's a step over the wheel well. And some people told us it wasn't a good idea to have a step down, but we really wanted that indoor-outdoor flow in the middle of the house, so we went with that, and we're actually really, really happy with it.
We took a lot of inspiration from a couple of tiny houses that we saw in a previous episode of yours.
Oh, great.
So this blue and white came from this beautiful couple that made a pop-top tiny house a few years ago. And yeah, we just drew inspiration from various places, but that's how we ended up here.
Yeah. And obviously the metal siding is just such a great material to use in a location like this as well. It's such a hardy product and it just basically takes care of itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been good.
And then I can see you've wonderfully expanded on your living space with this outdoor area.
Yeah, so we built this deck in wintertime and we just absolutely love it. Like, it more than doubles our living space, so it's been amazing.
And then you're totally off the grid in this tiny house, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. It's incredible now. It's very low maintenance. We get a lot of joy just knowing that all of our power is coming from the sun. We have heaps and heaps of power. It's been great.
Yeah. It is an impressive sized solar array you've got there.
Yeah, we've got 10 panels and then 10 kilowatt hours of battery storage. And we're almost fully electric in this house, so we don't have any gas inside. We have a little bit of gas for our hot water system, and we're hoping to electrify that as well. So it's going to be great to just be off fossil fuels altogether.
Fantastic. Congratulations. And rainwater collection as well. Obviously, that's an Aussie essential.
We've got rainwater set up. Because it's a small roof, it doesn't entirely meet our water needs, but
Right.
it's also really easy to get water delivered very cheaply.
And you've done something a bit special with your grey water here as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so our grey water runs under the house, under a channel behind us and into a reed bed. So it's an 8 square metre reed bed filled with scoria, and the bacteria in there are eating up all the nutrients that put down our grey water, and then the reeds are using those macromolecules and growing, and they love it. Clean water comes out the other end and feeds our banana plant and the woodlot. So
Yeah, we've got a beautiful reed bed.
Fantastic. And it looks like you're doing a lot of planting around here as well.
Yeah, Victor's done an amazing job replanting this section of land. So we're on a bigger property, but this area is fenced off, and yeah, we're trying to do some regeneration work here. So Victor's planted 250 trees since we got here in January.
Wow, that's a forest.
Yeah, and he takes very dedicated care of them. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, what a project. So you've got the fire pit there as well?
Yeah, that's been really nice. We aren't using it now because of bushfire risk, but
Sure.
during the winter it's a real joy to be around. We've been roasting marshmallows. It's really part of the dream, I think, for us to be able to sit outside and have a campfire and enjoy the stars.
Yeah, very nice. And then the outdoor shower, that's another great addition to the home.
yeah, well, that actually came about by mistake. We had an issue with our shower; it was leaking because of poor building, and
An experience.
yeah. And so I got on Facebook Marketplace and I found someone who was making an outdoor shower fully kitted out. It just needed to be hung up and plumbed in. So I bought that. So now we have an outdoor shower, and that gave us time to fix the indoor shower as well. But it's just so wonderful. Like in the summertime, just shower outside every day.
Absolutely. Well, while your shelf is still standing and the house is too, I would love to take a look inside and see what you've built. Can we take a look?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is absolutely beautiful. You have done a fantastic job with this home.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. We love it here.
And walking into the house as well, I quite like that the step is there as well. It sort of does create that little bit of separation between the indoors and the outdoors, and it does kind of create this sort of part of the home as its own zone.
Yeah, we really like it, and it's actually been really handy because it kind of serves as an extra seat. So we've had quite a lot of evenings with friends around, like sitting on the couch and the step, and it works well.
Yeah, there's a lovely open design to this home, isn't there?
Yeah, Nina did so well. I mean, it was always her vision to have the front door right here. You step into the middle, you step into where the roof is the highest, and everybody who comes in here, they say, it's much bigger than I expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful timbers in here as well. This floor especially is absolutely gorgeous.
$150 for secondhand timber that I got from down the road. Me and Nina's mum installed that together when she came over for a visit. So it's really special to A, be using, repurposed goods, B, have done this floor with family members. And it's just great. It's something that we didn't want to compromise on. It's a heavy floor, but it's hard. It looks great. It wears well. So we're really happy with it.
Perfect. And is this a storage hatch you built in as well?
Yes, between the axles, there's a steel box, and we built this hatch to access that, and we put our hiking gear and things like that.
Very nice. All the plywood looks really good in here as well.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of different designs and a lot of different tiny houses, and I think what we felt most drawn to was lots of light timber. And I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Like, it's just very warm, the light bounces off it really well. It makes it feel very homey.
Yeah. And this is a very nice built-in couch you've got here as well.
We wanted to build a sofa so that it met all of our needs and fit perfectly in the space. But it was a real challenge. I put it off for a long time. I built the frame underneath so it would have storage, and we ordered cushions of the right size, and Nina's mum made the cushion covers for us.
Posted them over from New Zealand.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's such a dream to now have it come to fruition because we'd been thinking about it for such a long time.
And the placement of it is just wonderful as well, being able to sit here and just take full advantage of that view.
Yeah, it's definitely one of our happy places.
You've got the open shelving there as well. I'm a bit surprised to see the pandemic board game there, as if the last years weren't traumatic enough for you. You just have to keep reliving it, do you?
No one will play it with me, Brian.
What a surprise that is. And you've got the loft up there as well, and it looks like there is a lot going on up there.
Yeah, it's a really handy space up there. So we've got Victor's at-home office up there. It works as a spare room, and we have had guests stay up there. And it's also become our TV and video gaming spot. So we've got a fold-out double mattress up there. If you set it up, it can act as a couch, and we watch TV up there. And then we've also installed a little curtain up there, so when we have guests, it's almost like a separate room.
Fantastic. I am a big fan of your kitchen design here as well. Again, this is really spacious.
Yeah, we love the kitchen. There's a U shape, so it's really nice to cook in. And we can actually fit both of us in there and cook at the same time. And then it extends along this side here to make our breakfast bar and dinner bar and lunch bar and everything bar, and also workspace. But it's a really functional kitchen.
I noticed that you've got all electrical appliances in here as well. That's quite an accomplishment on solar, isn't it?
When we run the numbers and when we talk to electricians, we realised we could go all electric, and that was going to be really good for our health, not burning gas inside and in this small space. So yeah, I pushed for us to do that, and we couldn't be happier. We've got an induction stove and it works like a dream. It's great.
Looks like you've got something quite unusual happening with that range hood too.
Yeah, so a quirk of the house is that we custom built our own range hood. The reason for that is that along the top here is actually the walkway beside the bed. And so we ended up with a lowered ceiling on the side of the kitchen. And one thing that we totally planned was that that wouldn't actually allow space for a bought range hood because of the space between the stove and the lowered ceiling. And so Victor actually custom built a range hood.
Yeah, so I bought a fan and put it in a cavity further along where I could actually fit it, and then had to design and build a series of sort of conduit for the airflow. And then I bought, all the regular pieces that you usually have for a range hood, like the grill, and I custom made it and put it all together.
Very clever. Lots of prep space in this kitchen as well.
I think I've looked at lots of tiny house kitchens that look nice and neat, but I looked at them and I was like, where am I going to spread out the mess, I'm glad with how this one worked out.
Nice positioning of your breakfast bar too.
Yeah, that big window there, that was a bit of a treat. So that opens up so we can sit out at the bar and look out over the view and, have people sitting outside as well for a bit of indoor-outdoor flow.
Yeah, very nice. And I can see you've got no shortage of storage in here. It's really nice how you've managed to build so much of it in under the stairs here.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. We've got more storage than I thought we had. It's really functional.
And you've even got the dish drawer.
Yeah, we really wanted to try and fit that in. Neither of us really like doing dishes. And I'd seen a tiny house where they had the little oven and the little dish drawer stacked, and I was like, we can do it, we can make it happen. And yeah, they both work really well.
Nice one. I like the way that you've included the white countertops and the tiles in here as well. It adds a lot of light to the space.
Yeah, so what we did is we went down to a ply store and got a really high quality birch plywood sheet that has a melamine face, and we put that down, and it's functional, it was cost effective, it meant I could install it myself. And it's actually great. It's worked out perfectly. It hasn't warped. It hasn't stained.
Yeah. Ply is just such a great thing for tiny homes as well, because in addition to looking quite nice, it also adds so much structural strength to everything as well.
Yes, so we have a lot of bracing both on the exterior and interior walls of the house with this ply. So that's really great. And we also have some elements of solid timber to add lateral bracing, which helps.
Very nice. And next up, we've got the bathroom. Should we have a look at that?
Let's go.
Let's go. Again, a nice design in here. You've even managed to find space for a washing machine.
Yeah, we have a lot of people come in here and say it just feels like a pretty normal sized bathroom to them, and we've got everything we need in here. We played with this bathroom design for so long because it's obviously a small space and a lot to fit in. It's worked out really well, but it was a struggle trying to figure out how it would all work.
The bathroom is actually a tricky space to design because you've got a lot to juggle in here.
Yeah, you're sort of having to use every little bit of space.
Yeah, good size shower there, and even better now that it's actually working.
Yep, it's a great size shower. It's just the normal 900 by 900. Yeah, and it works a treat. We've got a fan in there to get the moisture out before it gets into the bathroom in a small space. No complaints.
I like the open storage concept here too.
Yeah, it's tons of space, possibly almost more than we need because we've got this big cupboard above the washing machine as well and storage down here. So yeah, fits everything.
Yeah, neat design with the bins too.
Yeah, so we've got our composting toilet material in one of those bins and also our laundry basket there, and you can pop them out and pick up your laundry basket and take over to the washing line.
Great. It's an unusual composting toilet you've got here too. I don't recognise this one.
I think it's called a bow and arrow. It's now discontinued, but
Okay.
We bought it secondhand to save on costs because composting toilets are so expensive. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but it does the job.
Fantastic. Everyone loves a second-hand composting toilet.
I think it was unused.
It's what it said in the ad anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. In all seriousness though, what a great buy because those can be seriously costly.
I'm pretty happy we got it for cheap because it essentially is just a glorified bucket.
Yeah.
And it totally does the job. Yeah.
Perfect. Nice vanity design here as well.
Yeah, we had a few considerations here. One was that we had to fit the washing machine in after the tiny house was moved.
Yeah.
And so it had to go through the doorway and then get around this vanity and then get into the space. So we couldn't buy one. Obviously, we had to build it all from scratch. We made it work.
Brilliant. And I like the way that you've done the louvre windows in here as well. They seem to be kind of a quintessential Australian design thing, but I really like them.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
We use the louver windows because they just offer a lot more airflow, so a lot more draining out of the condensation from the shower. They're not the most energy efficient windows. They do leak a little bit, so that was a consideration. But we thought if that was limited to the bathroom, we can close the door and we don't have a lot of air leakage in the house.
Very true. And last but not least, we've got the sleeping loft. Can we check that out?
Let's go.
Let's go. This is very cozy up here. And who's this?
This is Inky. This is one of his favourite spots.
He definitely looks very comfortable there.
He likes to sit there and watch the birds out the window, as do we.
I really like the bookshelf up here too.
Yeah, it serves the dual purpose of being a bookshelf and a headboard. And yeah, it just gives us a little bit of separation and privacy from the main space.
Yeah, great. It's nice that you've got the walkway beside the bed here.
Yeah, we really like not having to crawl from the moment. In fact, I mean, you don't really have to crawl anywhere in here unless you want to reach the back corner.
And I see you've got a great amount of storage up here as well.
Yep, so clothes storage in here and over there. I actually think I probably would have built in more storage if I'd done it again, but it's working for now. Just had to get rid of a bunch of clothes.
Yeah, a bit of downsizing is expected when moving into a tiny house though, right?
Yeah, we got rid of a ton of stuff and it was very satisfying.
Yeah, it is satisfying, eh? And what have you got going on over there with the window seat?
Oh yeah, this is our cute cat spot. So we imagined right from the start that our cats would sit here in the daytime and look out the window and sleep. And yeah, so we wanted to make sure that they were comfortable. We had a little cushion for them. Again, Nina's mum made this cushion cover for us. Fit it perfectly.
We knew we wouldn't fit there, but we thought someone could enjoy it.
Yeah.
One of the things that the bookshelf does as well is form a little walkway for the cats. They can jump up onto it, walk along the shelf above the doorway and into the second loft. We really thought about how the cats were going to use the space as well.
That is such a cool idea. So many tiny house owners with cats almost spend more time designing to make sure that their cats are going to be comfortable than them.
I feel like we fit right in there.
What a neat addition. It's nice having so many windows up here as well. Great cross ventilation and again, just such nice views to the outdoors as well.
Yeah, the cross ventilation is great at night. I remember when we first moved in here and we were lying in bed in the morning and gang cockatoos were in the trees all around us. So we opened up all the windows and we could hear them chattering to one another and you could see them darting between trees across this tiny house. And it really felt like the moment, like, yes, we're in the right place.
Yeah, and being up high as well, you just feel like you're actually in the forest. It's pretty magical.
Absolutely. And so how long have you been living in the tiny house now?
So it's coming up on a year.
And how are you finding living in the tiny home?
Oh, it's so good now. When we first moved in, we were about 3/4 of the way finished. So it did feel a little bit like camping. But as we've finished off the house and we have a sofa and we have working drawers, it's really coming together and it feels like the dream that we've been imagining for so long.
You've poured so much work into this home. What's it like and how does it feel for you now to be living in a home that you designed and built yourselves?
I'm really proud of us. I mean, it's been such a big effort and it's been in design for, more than 3 years. Yeah, we've faced a lot of challenges to get here and to have the outcome of a beautiful home that we really enjoy coming back to. It's as good as we could have imagined it could have been. Do you know what I mean? It's like, It's so good.
I feel like when you were building, you were so worried about every little mistake. And I was like, don't worry, when we're living in it, you won't even notice. And I was right. You can look in detail and find little things that maybe aren't perfect, but
Excuse me.
You can look and find only perfection, is what I meant to say. But none of that really matters. It's about the big picture, really. Like, it's a beautiful home. We're in a beautiful place.
It's taken my focus away from the minute details of this house and put it all out into what's outside, what nature is outside, what's going on. So yeah, it's incredible how I've just forgotten all the little hard times, the things that didn't go right. It's all about where we live now.
What you've created here is something very special, and there's so many little intricate details and neat features that you've built into this home. Can we talk about the cost that was involved in building your house?
Yeah, so I kept a pretty detailed tracking spreadsheet. Our total cost of the build, including the secondhand tools that we bought to make it, was 65,000 Australian dollars.
Wow.
And on top of that, we've spent about $30,000 on the off-grid setup, the land, the solar, the batteries, the water tank, coming in just under 100,000 all up.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, Victor did a really incredible job sourcing a lot of secondhand materials. He does now have a lifelong addiction to Facebook Marketplace.
Understandable. Understandable.
But I think it's that's the price you pay for not paying a higher price.
Yeah. And I love that. The price you pay for not paying a higher price. It's so true, though.
One of the bits of advice that I often hear around building projects is people say, make sure you've really thought through everything and you've really designed it right so that you can get it right the first time, or it'll avoid a lot of cost blowout and overwork. And all of that is true, but actually setting that bar for DIYers who have never done that before, that makes it impossible to start. It was only by taking it one step at a time, figuring out what we could do, what were the limitations, adjusting, making tweaks. That's how we were able to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And also there's so much that you, as you say, you just sort of don't think of or don't understand until you're in the middle of a project. And sometimes that even means having lived in the house for a while and realizing that you need to change something. And I think the other really beautiful aspect of being a DIYer is that you are now imbued with those skills to be able to make the adjustments and make the modifications and build additions and do whatever else it is that you want to do.
Yeah. It's really annoying actually getting proficient at something only right at the end of actually doing it. And then I look back and I'm like, if only I could start again now, I might actually have done it well.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful first pancake of a house.
Yeah.
I love that. And just standing in the home right now, though, I can honestly say you have done an exceptional job on this build.
Thank you so much.
Now that this home is complete, what's next for you both?
A really big rest.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, we literally finished the house at 7 p.m. last night. Anyone who works well to a deadline will understand. Victor has really poured his life into this for the last 3 years, so I'm really looking forward to him being able to have hobbies and chill time again. Yeah, and we're just really looking forward to relaxing and enjoying this beautiful place that we're in.
And inviting friends over not to help us build or tidy up, but actually just to hang out. That would be really nice.
Absolutely. So 7 p.m. last night, what was the very final finishing touch to the home?
Ooh, what's the last thing you built, Victor?
I was putting a door on that cabinet over there.
Nice one. Well, this really is just such an amazing home that you've built for yourselves. I'm so impressed with the quality of the finish in here. I'm so impressed with the design, and also I'm just so impressed with everything that you've overcome to make this possible. This really is an exceptional achievement, and I hope that you are both immensely proud of yourselves. Thank you so much for sharing your home with me.
Oh, thanks, Bryce.
Thank you so much.
Building your own home with no prior experience is definitely not easy. But then nothing worth doing is easy, and this was definitely worth doing. Nina and Victor have poured so much of themselves into this build, so much thought and consideration into the design, so much love and attention to detail in the construction of this home, and the result absolutely speaks for itself. And not just the home, but also the way that they've expanded the home with the great off-grid systems, and they've even started to plant a forest. And well, home just does not get any better than that.